Okay, so here I am down in the basement. You had said you put in new copper lines. Well, to be honest with you, they weren't soldered correctly. I could go into why. It's been heated up too much. It's left pinhole cracks in there, and you can see that starting to leak. Okay, each one of these, you see, way too much solder was used, meaning it was heat. So these are all starting to leak. Um, that's just those connections. Come over here. Again, you can see all that green corrosion. Uh, it's all starting to leak here. And this goes up into the bathroom, into the tub. And you can see it's starting to leak. Here I use the PEX. So I've tied PEX in from the hot water heater. Like I said, regardless if I do this tub or not, I'm going to go ahead and mount all this up. This is something that I didn't do. I think it's best to invest 20 or 30 bucks as well to go ahead, since this is the basement, and get some of that insulation that goes on here. Oh, this has all been abandoned. But anyway, yeah, regardless, I'll button all that up and probably make a dump run, get rid of some of this stuff. So anyway, the plumbing looks okay as far as the drain. But all this copper's got to be replaced. I've got some extra PEX at the up at Daily, so I would probably take and damn, see, it's just everywhere. Honestly, all of this should be replaced. It's gonna fail. It's just a matter of time. This was not soldered correctly. So here you can see this. So I don't know. Anyway, that's that. The electrical. This tub is going to need two electrical outlets. One for the heater and one for the pump itself. So electrical lines. This looks abandoned. I hope. Yeah. So electrical lines, we can run those. Two of them, both of them GFCI outlets. It looks like there's space here. So you've got electrical and you've got plumbing before we even start here. Let's head upstairs. So here we are on the inside. Of course, this whole surround is going to have to come out completely, as well as this tub. That ought to be fun. It's all one giant piece. All this stuff right here, yeah, it's going to have to come out. Let's hope it's insulated behind here. I do have some insulation left up at Daily. They also call for a certain way to frame this. I'm not too sure till I open it up, but I think a minimal amount of framing. Of course, we have to fix stuff like this here. I mean, no one even put in an effort to do that, right? So to take this old one out, the instructions are quite specific how we must have a level floor. So I looked underneath and they call supporting this tub. You've had a tub here for a while. Right along here in the basement, there's a heavy beam there. So I'm thinking that's going to, you're close enough to that. I think the framework in the basement will support a new tub. But yeah, so all that's going to have, all this is going to have to be come out, thrown away. We're going to have to put the new surround on, put the new tub in here, redo all this plumbing. We can use the old fixtures. We'll do it right. But I don't know what's underneath here. It didn't look like there was any water damage. But one thing they were specific about is that this must be level. So we're going to have to make that level, whether it's with shims of wood or using some of that floor leveler. I don't know till I get in it. So this is what I'm looking at right now. And then, of course, this doesn't look too bad. I don't, oh God. Yeah, we'll get rid of all that metal pipe. All of it's got to go. We can put in, it'll have to all be PEX. It's quite a bit of PEX. I don't know how much was up there at Daily. I'll have to check. But anyway, let's take a look at one more thing. Okay, I'm online. Got to Home Depot and I found your model. Your model is 24 25. So according to this, I can't shim it. It must be supported the entire length using mortar. So I'm going to have to support that with some type of a mortar bag. I don't think that's going to be a major issue. But anyway, that can be found on Home Depot's site. Where'd that go here? Whoops. A little too far. I'm going to have to do a little framing. Okay, you can see here. This is going to have to be done. It's not going to support the tub, but that's what they're calling for to frame it. And you can see here it makes note. I don't have to worry about the opening there because you have 24, 25. But it's got to be framed like that to hold the tub. What else do we got here? The electric. So with the electric, again, you have 24, 45. Whoops. 24, 20. So we can get by with the 15 amp dedicated circuit. However, optional heater requires another 15 amp. So good thing you don't need a 20 because it's bigger wire. We can get by with number 12. So you're going to need 2 electrical outlets run to underneath that. So that's an awful lot of work. And I've been looking at prices and everything online for all this. Removal, reframing, plumbing, and everything. I got to be honest. I got to haul all that stuff away to the dump. We're looking, to replace all the plumbing pretty much in the basement where it's bad as much as I can get with PEX. And to do the framework, put tub in, the surround, and finish that all up, we're probably looking close to $2,000. Definitely get on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Google, and you'll see. I mean, these things run, especially when putting in a jacuzzi tub, having to do all this extra work. $2,000 is below the lowest price that they've got for doing all the work that needs to be done. So it's up to you. Like I said, if you want, you can make payments, as long as they're decent payments a month. I'm good on that. So anyway, let me know what you want to do. Oh, and parts, I can't see anything more than PEX and wire that's going to cost anything. Maybe a few 2x4s. I can run out to Home Depot and get all that stuff. So I can't see more than 200, maybe 250 for parts that I'm going to need. The outlets and the wire and any PEX plumbing parts. I'll get a list together. But if you don't have this done, just keep in mind your water lines underneath in the basement, they're close to leaking right now. What has happened? I just can't go into. There's YouTube videos on it. But when you don't solder those joints correctly, you use too much heat, too much flex, when the water flows past it creates a hydrodynamic deal, and it causes pinholes. And that's what's happening, and that's why it's turning green. I'll see if I can find that video and you'll understand a little more. Anyway, talk to you later.